Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you all are fine and in good health. For this week in science grade 3 we are going to recall our major topics: electricity, states of matter, sound, living things and their habitats, classification of animals, environmental changes and their impacts. Okay students, let's start with electricity. Electricity is very important kind of second source of energy. So we have two types of electricity: static electricity, it doesn't move. For example, lightning, storms. Current electricity, it flows. For example, electricity that we have at our homes is an example of current electricity. And the primary sources of electricity are coal, oil, gas, fossil fuels. All these are non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources means once they will be used, they will not be replenished again for a longer period of time. And wind, solar and hydropower, these are renewable resources of energy. Renewable resources of energy means that we can use them again and again and they are environment friendly also. So what is the meaning of secondary source? Secondary source means that this is made by using primary sources like coal, oil, gas, fossil fuels, wind, solar power and hydropower. Okay, have you ever thought, where does electricity come from? I told you earlier that we get electricity from coal, oil, gas. But how did we get that electricity in our homes? Yes, we have power stations. Basically, there are two main sources of electricity. Power stations that supply a lot of electricity and used in many electrical appliances like ACs, fan, refrigerators, and all the main electrical appliances which are being used in our homes. And power station looks like this. Second, we have electric cells, batteries that supply a little electricity and they are portable and safe. Like we can use them in watch, clocks, torches. Okay students, let's see how electric chargers work. Electric charges are made up of positive and negative charges. Positive charges are known as protons and negative charges are known as electrons. As you can see that we used to have two sides of battery. One side is positive and one side is negative. And charges always flow from the positive side of the battery to the negative side of the battery. You can see these red arrows, they show the movement of the charges. And when these charges flow in a circuit, this is known as a current. Current is produced which help to glow a bulb. Different types of electric circuits are open circuit, closed circuit, series circuit and parallel circuit. Let's discuss them one by one. As you can see in this picture that the bulb is not glowing. So why the bulb is not glowing? Because the switch is open. So in the open circuit, either the wire is broken or the switch is open. That means the charges are not flowing properly. Okay, let's see closed circuit. In closed circuit, you can see that the bulb is glowing. Why? Because the switch is also off and the charges are properly moving from the positive side of the battery to the negative side of the battery. And they, they make the uninterrupted path for the flow of current. Series circuit. In series circuit, the current flows only through one path. There is only one path. And if that path is broken, the bulb will not glow. Parallel circuit. In this one, there are two different parts or paths, or you can say you can create more than two paths also. And if one path is broken, the other bulb will glow. Okay, let's come to very important aspect of electrical things: insulators and conductors. Now, insulators are the material that do not allow electricity to pass through them. For example, plastic, rubber, glass, cloth. And conductors are the material that allow electricity to pass through them. For example, copper, aluminium, steel, or any metal. They allow electric charges to pass through them. Let's discuss the very important aspect of electricity, that is electrical safety. Why? Because it can be dangerous and it can pose any threat to our life also. So we have to be very, very careful while working with electric equipments or electricity. Keep all the metal objects such as cutlery out of the toasters or any electrical equipment that is in your home, because metal used to conduct electricity and anyone can get electric shock. Never put your fingers or anything into a plug socket. Obey the warning signs and never put yourself and others in danger. And if you see any broken wire, do not touch it. Just tell your elders or parents. And keep the water away from electricals such as hair dryers or other electrical equipments. Why? Because water is also a conductor. And when removing a plug, first turn it off and do not pull the cord directly. Never leave anything plugged in or charging while you are sleeping. Okay students, let's move to other part of our lesson, that is states of matter. Okay, can you tell how many states of matter are there? Yes, three: solid, liquid, and gases. Very good. Let's discuss about the properties of solids, liquids, and gases. Solids. Solid particles are very close to each other, as you can see in this diagram. And because of the particles arrangement, they are fixed in shape and they have a definite volume. But solids can change their shape when some force is applied on them. Next we have liquids. They are not closely packed. They have a little space to move. That's why they don't have fixed shape or they can flow very easily. And they also take the shape of the container in which they are poured in. Liquids are also called fluids. Next we have gases. Gases particles have a lot of space to move around and they're very loosely packed. That's why gases do not have fixed shape and they occupy the available space in container. And gases are also fluids. They can also move freely from one place to another place. Okay students, let's see how matter changes from one state to another. Yes, dear students, matter can change from one state to another. Like it can change from solid to liquid or liquid to gas or gas to solid also. Let's see this process. Okay, the basic factor which is involved in changing states of matter is temperature. Either we can decrease the temperature or we can increase the temperature to change the states of matter. As you can see here, that solid can be changed into liquid and liquid can be changed into gas by increasing temperature. Now let's see, when we increase temperature, solid melts down and change into liquid, and when we increase temperature more, the liquid changes into gas by the process of vaporization. Okay, when we decrease temperature, on decreasing temperature, gas changes into liquid and this process is known as condensation. And then liquid further changes into solid, that is known as freezing. Yes, dear students, just now I told you that we can change the state of matter by increasing or decreasing temperature. The best example is water cycle. Water cycle is a continuous process of movement of water from land to atmosphere and then again back to land. There are four major processes in water cycle. The first one is evaporation. Evaporation takes place with the help of sun's energy, sun's heat and sunlight. Transfer the water changes into water vapors. After that, water vapor is converted into clouds, and this process is known as condensation. And when the temperature decreases, these water vapors convert into rain, and this process is known as precipitation. And then water is again collected back on the earth, and this process continues with the passage of time. Let's go to our next topic, that is sound. Can you guess the molecules of these? Yes, these are solid molecules, and these are liquid molecules. Yes, you're right. And these are gas molecules. Okay. Now, why am I asking from you that tell me about these molecules? What is the relation between the molecules and sound? Molecules play a very important role in the production of sound. Sound is a form of energy, and sound is produced by vibrations. When any object vibrates, these molecules also vibrate, and they used to pass energy. These molecules shake and they used to pass energy from one to another, and like this, sound waves are passed. Sound always used to travel in a form of waves, as you can see here in a diagram. And these waves from the object where the sound energy is produced travel in the air molecules and reach to our ear. This is how we can produce sound, and then we can hear sound. Okay, let's discuss now very important aspect of sound, that is pitch and frequency. So what is pitch? Pitch of a sound means how low or high sound wave is. Just now I told you that sound used to travel in a form of waves. So we used to see in pitch that how high or low sound wave is. Frequency means that how many waves are there per second. Okay, you can see here, this is a sound wave and this is a lower pitch sound. When we will be having a lower pitch sound, frequency will also be low. Here we have higher pitch sound wave and high frequency. Okay, dear students, next part of our lesson is living things and their habitat. Let's see what is habitat. Habitat is animals or plants living place. Means the place where they used to live is known as a habitat. Different plants and animals require different type of living conditions. Like water animals used to live in sea, river, lakes, or land animals used to live in forest or lands or grasslands, etc. Okay, students, let's discuss about the animals in the UAE. As we are living in the UAE, so we must know about the animals of the UAE. Can you guess which animals are these one? Yes, these are Arabian oryx, and they are also known as a national animal of the UAE. And this one is hawksbill turtle. This is scorpion. Guess which animal is this one? Arabian leopard. These are sand gazelles. And this one is falcon. And these are camels. So all these animals are adapted to the harsh, dry and hot weather of the UAE. Dear students, you know there are some living organisms which we cannot see with our eyes. For example, viruses and bacteria. And you must be aware of a very famous virus these days, that is COVID-19. And one student of grade 3B has prepared a very good video regarding virus and their spread. And let's see in the next video what message she want to give you.
Assalamu alaikum friends, how are you all? My name is Hafsan Amir and I'm here to talk about coronavirus. Viruses are usually very tiny particles. They're so small that they're almost invisible to us. But these viruses can really make us very sick. Luckily, children under 15 have a good immune system, so it doesn't cause very severe symptoms. But sadly, grandparents and older people, they can get very sick with this virus, and they're not able to fight it very well. Which is why we need to stop the coronavirus from spreading. Good news is, the virus cannot walk or fly to us. This means to get to us, they'll need our help. So our mission is to stop helping the coronavirus and stop it from spreading. I and my brother are gonna do a little experiment to show you how the virus can spread. Let's pretend this green color on the bottle is the virus. Grab the bottle, Bilal. Okay, now keep it. Look, can you see how much virus it got on his hand? Now suppose he wants to scratch his nose. Now he wants to scratch his mouth. Ears too. Now do you look at that? All the places the virus got? This is how, even if we didn't want it to, we're helping the virus to get inside us. So remember, whenever you touch anything, wash your hands with soap properly for 20 seconds. How the germs react to soap when we wash our hands? Let's do a small experiment. Here is some water with pepper in it. Let's pretend the pepper are the germs. Put your finger in the water, Bilal. See how the germs stuck to his finger? Now we'll dip our finger in some soap. Okay, let's see how the germs will react with soap on his finger. Whoa, did you see that? When we wash our hands with soap, this is the way the germs wash away from our hands. So wash your hands often, especially before you eat or touch your eye, nose, or mouth. Washing your hand is very important. Other way of spreading the virus is when someone sneezes or cough on you. So when you wear the mask, the virus stays inside the mask and not over everybody. If you do not have the mask, you can sneeze into your elbow and not in your hands. Because then, everything you touch will be covered in virus. You get to wash your hands well and keep a safe distance between people, which is at least 2 meters. And it's better to stay inside your home and stay safe. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Let's come to the classification of animals. Classification means that how can we group animals according to their characteristics. Animals can be divided into two major groups, vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates are with backbones and invertebrates are without backbones. Vertebrates are further divided into 5 major groups, for example, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Let's discuss about the characteristics of vertebrates. Okay, our first group is fish. Fish used to live in water, they used to lay eggs, they have gills, and they used to breathe by using their gills. They are cold-blooded animals. Amphibians. Amphibians spend half of their life in water and half on land, and they are usually born with gills, but after sometimes they used to grow with lungs and they used to develop legs so that they can live on land also. Next we have reptiles. Reptiles have very hard and scaly skin. They have tough scales on their skin. They used to lay egg and they used to live on land also and water also. Birds. Birds have feathers. They are very lightweighted, so they can fly easily, but all the birds don't fly. And they used to have lungs to breathe. Mammals. The highest order is mammals. They used to have hair on or fur on their body. And female mammals used to feed their young ones with milk, and they used to breathe with their lungs. Let's start our next topic, that is environmental changes. Major causes of environmental changes are climate change, deforestation, global warming, and greenhouse effect. Environmental changes can be a result of human made environmental changes or natural disasters also. Let's see what are the major impacts of environmental changes globally. The most important thing is climate refugee changes. When the climate will change, definitely people have to move from one place to another place to find out the best place to live in. More droughts. Droughts mean dry weather. Mass extinction of species. Definitely when that climate will change or environment of any species will change where they are already living, or habitat will change, that species will be extinct. Means that species will be finished. More frequent floods. Because of the rise of sea levels, there will be more flooding in coastal areas. Water scarcity, there will be less usable water. Crop failure because of ozone layer depletion and the global warming, we will be having less crops. And strong hurricanes and cyclones will impact many areas of the earth. Let's discuss about the solutions and approaches to the environmental changes mitigation. Phase out fossil fuels means use less fossil fuels, because we already know that burning fossil fuels will create a lot of greenhouse gases and which will increase the temperature of the earth. Renewables, use renewable energy resources like hydropower, solar energy and wind power. Go for green technologies like electromobility, curb deforestation. Reforestation means plant more and more trees. Reduce meat consumption, more plant-based diet, because a lot of greenhouse gases are being also produced by farms. Curb population growth and reduce carbon storage. When we will not use fossil fuels for energy, definitely the carbon production will be reduced. And the last but not the least, live with sustainability. Sustainability means use all the resources wisely, because this is the only one planet we have which is having life on it, which is having water on it, which is having trees on it. And if we will not be having earth, we will not be having any other place to go. Dear students, in this lesson you will recall your previous topics and use scientific language to answer the questions. You will read very carefully and circle the correct options. Number 1 is sound travels in A option line, B option waves, C option packs, and D options all above. So you have to think that how do sound travel. So like this you will solve the correct option. Number 2, sound is a form of energy, heat, noise, and music. So you are going to circle the correct option. Number 3, sound can be heard in space. True, false. Number 4, the dash is how loud or soft sound is. A option echo, B option frequency, C option pitch, D option volume. Number 5, if I have a big drum and a small drum, which one will have the lower pitch? A option, the big drum. B option, the small drum. Number 6, how can it be explained that someone's hair can stick to the balloon? A option, there will be too much dust in the air. B option, the person needs to wash his hair. C option, there is a static electricity. So you are going to think and circle the correct option. 7. What supplies the energy or power in an electric circuit? A option light bulb, B option battery, C option wire. 8. Dash is an object that allows the electric current to flow through it. A option conductor, B option insulator, C option paper. Number 9. Identify the insulator below. A. Aluminium foil, B. Paper clip, C. Plastic ruler. Number 10. Two batteries in a circuit make the lights in the circuit brighter than one battery. A option true, B option false. Number 11. A place where animals and plants live and grow naturally is called. A option shelter, B option tree, C option habitat, D option organism. Number 12. Basic needs of animals are A. Food, love and water. B. Shelter, food and a collar. C. Cage, water and love. D. Food, water and shelter. 13. Scientists classify animals by their color, size, sound, characteristics. 14. Animals that have backbones are vertebrates or invertebrates. 15. Vertebrates that have fins to move and gills to breathe are A option platypus, B option amphibians, C option fish, D option insects. Number 16. Which is an amphibian? A. Frog, B. Cheetah, C. Butterfly, D. Lizard. 17. How many legs do insects have? A option 4, B 2, C 8, D 6. 18. Animals with scaly dry skin are A option mammals, B fish, C reptiles, D insects. Number 19. Major changes have great impact on ecosystem. A true, B false. 20. What pollutants are released into the air due to the burning of fossil fuels? Sulfur, nitrogen, carbon, all above. 21. Which type of resources can you use again? A option renewable, B option non-renewable. 22. Changes to the environment may make it more difficult for an organism to find A. Food, B. Shelter, C. Water, D. All above. 23. Which one is a man-made change to environment? A. Pollution, B. Hurricane, C. Flood, D. Earthquake. Number 24. If an organism cannot adopt or migrate when a dramatic change occurs, it may die. A. True, B. False. 25. Sustainability is the need of time. A. True, B. False. Thank you, dear students. Work for this recall is also being uploaded on the school website and video is also there. So you watch another video for the science also, download that worksheet and complete that one and send it to the respective teachers. Stay home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.